Hello, here is the storyline of episode 23. At the beginning of this episode, Yojin swears that she will find her grandson no matter what. Then she realizes that her handkerchief is left in the orphanage director's room, and when she enters the room, there are two men where one of the men has his back to her, and she feels that the men's actions are strange, so she orders Jungkook to find out who the man is. She thus guesses the man might be her husband, but she is still not sure. A few moments later, Secretary Jang tells Yojin that Secretary Jang has found that Yojin's husband's IP address is detected in America and not in Korea, and this makes Yojin disappointed in her husband, because she thought her husband has returned to Korea to protect their grandson, but the information she gets it's not like that. Then Yojin remembers the past, where 20 years ago she and her husband had fight since their daughter went missing. At that time, Yojin accused her husband of causing their daughter to go missing, but her husband said that the daughter's disappearance was also because Yojin prioritized the company and money and not the daughter. Now after remembering all that, Yojin wonders if her husband still blames her for the disappearance of their daughter. Does her husband hate her that much that he doesn't want to return to Korea? Another story comes from Hana and Jin-gu who had dinner together. During dinner, Jin-gu says that in the past, Hana must have been a child who was very loved by Hana's parents because the love that Hana used to get, Hana now gives to Yeonchong. But Jin-gu feels quite strange with the difference in character between Hana and Jisok, even though Hana and Jisok are siblings. Then here Hana explains to Jin-gu that she is a child who was adopted by Jisok's parents, and since she was adopted, she could feel a very sincere love and the emptiness in her heart was filled. Then Jin-gu wants to know how Hana releases stress and fatigue in Hana's life. Is it with a beer and soju? Hana then takes Jin-gu to the park where she always releases her stress. She releases her stress not by drinking beer or soju but by bouncing on the trampoline. Jin-gu, who saw Hana, laughed, and just by looking at Hana he feels that the fatigue in him was gone. On the way home it rained and they both took shelter. Maybe because of the cold atmosphere or what, Jin-gu looked at Hana and almost struck Hana's face, but he could still control himself to stay sane. At the end of this episode, there was Richard Han who was very worried that Yojin would soon find Eunchang. He was worried that the world would soon know that Eunchang was a descendant of Yosung group. Therefore, Mr. Ko suggested that Richard Han tell Yojin that their grandson was Eunchang, while telling Yojin to keep this fact a secret from anyone, so that no one would know that Eunchang was a descendant of Yosung group, so that they could keep Eunchang safe. Richard Han did what Mr. Ko suggested. So he sent 3 photos of Eunchang to Yojin, and when Yojin received the photo, she remembered that she had met Eunchang the other day where Eunchang gave her a bouncy ball. Okay everyone, that's the storyline this time. Thank you for watching my video.